Do you want to be recognized as an expert business analyst in your organization? If so, stick around because I'm going to be giving you 7 keys to make this happen. Hi, everybody. Dr. White here, the founder of the Business Analysis Doctor. Many business analysts in the profession have put in years of hard work, but are not advancing at the level that they had hoped. And some business analysts might be new to the profession, but don't want to be viewed as a newbie or a fresher. So I'm going to be giving you some steps that will help in either of those scenarios by positioning yourself as an expert business analyst in your organization. But before we move on, be sure to subscribe to the page and like the video. Step number 1, understand the body of knowledge. Now, understanding the body of knowledge can mean several different things, but as business analysts, we want to understand the business analysis body of knowledge. The BABA guide also contains several techniques that can be used in your daily business analysis activities that have been proven to be effective and are pretty much a global standard. Now, there are also other resources that can be used to supplement the body of knowledge. Basically, anything that helps you learn more about business analysis and business analysis best practices. But for those of you who might be less familiar with business analysis, the BABA guide can be a great place to start. Step number 2, gaining organizational knowledge. Now, the role of a BA can vary vastly depending on the organization itself and the industry. So in order for a business analyst to be effective, you need to know key areas, roles, leaders, and processes within that organization. It's also helpful to have a good understanding of strategic goals and the organization's value proposition. Now, in the role of a business analyst, you can gain organizational knowledge in a number of ways. One of the most common and effective practices is to do observation or shadowing. Here, you're basically just observing key areas, looking at their processes, the applications that they use, and anything that might be helpful for you in future elicitation practices. In addition, a document analysis is a great way to learn about procedures and processes that are currently in use throughout the organization. A glossary is another great way to get organizational knowledge. With this technique, you can learn more about organizational terms or jargon, either by compiling terms that you hear throughout meetings or utilizing glossaries that may be available to you in the organization. Also, advancing your skills regarding the methodologies and frameworks that the organization uses is a great way to establish yourself as an expert. So don't wait to learn as you go. Be proactive by taking a course or a class or reading up on these methodologies and tools to understand the full benefit and intent of these methodologies and to identify areas of improvement for their use. Step number 3, demonstrate systems thinking. Now, in most contexts, systems thinking involves people, processes, and technology. This includes understanding key processes, applications, systems, and other technical matters that are essential when developing technical solutions. So when you're performing your observation or shadowing, be sure to ask questions and take notes on the applications and the technologies that the end users are using on a daily basis. Also, if available, check out your organization's application inventory. This will give you some insight into the applications that the organization's using, who owns the application, and how they're using that application. This can be invaluable in terms of systems thinking because it can let you know how all those systems are working together and impact one another. Step number 4, introduce the organization to best practices that they are currently not using. Another benefit to the BABA guide is that it can expand your perception beyond the organizations that you've worked for. While practical experience is absolutely essential, it's very limited to the organizations and the people within those organizations in terms of perspective. So there's always room for growth and improvement. Now, in order to do this, you're going to need to identify some key organizational goals or objectives, and then identify some best practices that have been proven to provide effective results in reaching those goals and objectives. So you need to understand the details and mechanics behind these best practices and how the organization would yield benefits. And when the time is right, present those best practices to your organizational leader or the appropriate stakeholder. And you might need to be able to explain how the organization could benefit from this particular best practices and what the potential ROI could be. Step number 5, refining your business analysis toolkit. Having exposure to a wide variety of business analysis technique can be very helpful for communicating, discovering, and gaining new insights. Now, business analysis is not a one-size-fits-all profession. So having exposure to a wide variety of techniques can lead to better outcomes versus having 2 or 3 go-to techniques that you use over and over again. Refining your toolkit also involves having an in-depth knowledge of the tools and applications that business analysts within your organization are expected to use. Now, unfortunately, many organizations don't have the best training practices, so you have to be proactive in seeking out knowledge in regards to these applications. So looking for things like a how-to guide or a manual for these applications and tools might be beneficial to you. And here, you want to have a good enough understanding of the tools and applications to be able to determine whether or not you and the organization are optimizing the tools and applications to their full potential. Also, having an in-depth knowledge of these tools and applications can make you a resource to be able to train others, which is a great way to expedite establishing yourself as an expert. Step number 6, get a business analysis certification. The process of studying for a business analysis certification will help with many of the previous steps that were mentioned, including refining your business analysis toolkit, learning best practices, and also learning methodologies and frameworks. Also, a certification serves as a badge of honor to not only help build credibility, but also to demonstrate the hard work that you've put into this profession. Certifications generally come in many tangible forms, including a paper certification, a digital badge, or letters behind your name. And this can all enhance the first impression you make with stakeholders that you have to work with throughout the organization. You know, a person can have many, many years of experience, but unless you're looking at their resume, you never know it, unless they went around talking about all of the experience that they have. So having a certification really just helps you demonstrate and showcase all of the hard work that you've put in. So if you have put in a lot of years into the business analysis profession, why not have a certification to show for it, right? Step number 7, be confident. Being confident is a must-have in order to excel in any profession. Like the old saying goes, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will either. And it's important to know that people can pick up whether or not you're confident within seconds of having a conversation with you. Also, keep in mind that the lack of confidence comes from the fear of the unknown. So, the more that you prepare yourself by educating yourself on the profession and the organization, the more confident you will be in your abilities as a business analyst. All of the items that were mentioned earlier are steps that business analysts at any level can take in order to be more confident as a business analyst and as a business analyst expert. Well, there you have it. Those are the 7 steps to positioning yourself as an expert business analyst in your organization. If you have any questions or comments in regards to this topic, be sure to drop me a note below and I'll be sure to get back with you. Also, be sure to check out the slew of resources that are available to you at thebadoc.com. That's thebadoc.com. I hope you have a productive and prosperous week, and I wish you the very best in your business analysis journey. Until next time.